I've been meaning to make a video about this for the longest time, but as you may or may not know, I've been on a break from YouTube for the past 2 weeks, and I'm not gonna lie, this topic right here almost made me end my break prematurely. I've been seeing a lot of videos on my recommended page talking about how to manifest your X, how to manifest your SP. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it took me about 2 or 3 days to figure out what an SP actually meant. I was on Urban Dictionary, looking up the definition, couldn't find it. Apparently SP stands for specific person. How to manifest a specific person into your life, or how to manifest a specific person back into your life. Now, I need to go ahead and clear the air real quick. I am speaking from experience on this topic. I'm not coming from a place of never having been through what you're going through. I don't want to come off as condescending, but I do want to come across as knowledgeable, as somebody who's been in your shoes and knows exactly how you feel. I know what it feels like when you first open up that door of manifestation, learning how to attract the life that you want and how to attract the people that you want in your life. But I'm going to keep it real with you guys. Trying to manifest a specific person into your life, especially somebody who was once in your life and is no longer in your life, it's not the right move. And I'm going to explain why in this video. The first thing that you need to understand about trying to manifest one specific person back into your life, particularly in the romantic context, is it automatically puts you in the lack mindset. When you try to manifest one person into your life, you are inherently in the lack mindset. And why is that? The reason why is because you are pedestalizing them. You are telling yourself subconsciously that without that person, you are not capable of being happy and complete and loved and fulfilled. You need that experience, that feeling from that one person. You can't feel love from anybody else. Nobody else's love can compare. But how do you know that? Have you met everybody else in this world to know that that person's love is that much more potent than everyone else's? If they really loved you the way that you believe that they do, would you be watching videos on how to manifest them back? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself. And like I said, I've been there. I know what it's like to script a whole page or multiple pages about an experience with this person that you've never had. Now, I want to go ahead and put this out there. I'm not going to sit here and bash the creators who make these videos on how to manifest SPs into your life, because a lot of times they are providing you with real value and real wisdom about the law of attraction and the law of assumption, living in the end, learning to love yourself. But part of loving yourself is giving yourself the chance to heal independently of that SP or your X or whatever that person is to you. A lot of you guys who are watching these videos probably believe in the concept of twin flames, and I'm no exception to that. I believe in twin flames. I've had a twin flame experience, a twin flame, textbook twin flame experience, and I know how that can really change your line of thinking when it comes to love. It can make you perceive things in an entirely different light, for better and for worse. You know that it's out there. You know that that type of love exists. The type of acceptance from that one person who truly understands you better than anyone else. But a lot of times, I think what's missing from that twin flame concept is the understanding that your connection with yourself is much stronger than your connection with anybody else ever could be, including your twin flame or your soulmate or whatever you believe that person to be that you're trying to manifest. Because let's keep it real. You're not just trying to manifest some regular person back into your life. You're not just trying to manifest any old ex. You're trying to manifest somebody because they clearly made a profound impact on you. But here's what I've taken from my twin flame journey, as many would call it. The main lesson that I've taken is loving yourself. Self-love. Self-love is the key. That person can't fill that void within you. And if you're watching videos on how to manifest somebody back into your life, whether you admit it or not, you have an inner void that needs to be filled. Now, you've probably had some degree of exposure with that person. You've experienced what it's like to be around that person, and maybe they did fill that void for a little bit. But I can sit here and tell you right now that if you let enough time pass with that person, you'll find that they can't fill that void. Nobody can fill that void. And that's why you have to divert your focus from manifesting them into your life to manifesting a stronger relationship with yourself. Now, how do you do that? The first thing you need to do is stop trying to manifest them. Stop scripting about them. Stop thinking about them all the time. It's okay to feel pain. It's okay to acknowledge the fact that right now you are in the lack mindset and you miss that person. Because what does it mean to miss somebody? To miss somebody is another way of saying that you're grateful that you had them in your life at one point. Hold on to that feeling. Hold on to the feeling of gratitude, but also understand that when you miss somebody, you don't actually miss them. You miss the way that they made you feel. The chances are they made you feel understood, accepted, and appreciated. You felt companionship. You felt love. You felt this indescribable connection. But these are all feelings that you are capable of giving to yourself. Now, to their credit, a lot of the creators who make these how to manifest your SP or X videos, they do say that same thing. They tell you that you have to live in the end. You have to fill your own cup. But if you're watching those videos, your cup is not filled. I can promise you that. You haven't filled your own cup yet. And that's okay. It's okay to accept where you are on your journey right now. Because that person, they didn't come into your life to fill that void. They came into your life to show you that void so that you could fill it yourself. Once you truly fill that void, then anything is possible at that point. But when you fill that void, you'll realize that you never needed them to begin with. You don't need them to be a consistent part of your life. Would it be nice? Of course, it probably would. But you don't need them. And you can acknowledge that maybe things didn't end the way that you wanted them to, but that's okay. Because now you've used that pain to cultivate a much stronger relationship with yourself. And that's something that it took me a very long time to learn. I had to learn that I can't put myself in that headspace of toxic positivity and trying to convince myself of a reality that isn't real in the present moment. Now, I know that may contradict a lot of things that I say about the law of attraction. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that if you're in denial, if you're trying to convince yourself that you're fine and that you feel loved and fulfilled and you feel like you have all of the feelings that you would have if you were with that person, but deep down you're suffering, all you're doing is creating a lot more resistance than necessary within you. And you probably feel that. This video right here is probably triggering you. The title of this video is probably triggering you. If this video triggers you, that's how you know that this video is for you. Because I'm exposing those shadows that you have within you. We're shining the light on your shadows. And that's where it starts. That's where the healing journey starts. For example, right now I'm working on a book. It's called Soul Shock. It's going to be out January 11th of next year. Remember that date. You heard it here first. I'm working on that book not only to help other people heal, but to help myself heal. To help myself truly heal by just going through all of the things that I went through again, experiencing those emotions in some capacity, and then reaching that acceptance again, loving myself enough to allow myself the space to feel pain and to not deny myself the opportunity to feel those negative emotions which may push away my desires. Because deep down, what do you really want? You want acceptance, you want understanding, you want love, you want companionship, you want appreciation. But like I said, these are all feelings that you can give yourself right now. If your best friend came to you and told you that they were heartbroken over somebody who left their life, maybe it was an ex, maybe it was an unrequited romantic interest, whatever it may be, would you sit there and tell them, you need to stay positive? You don't need to be feeling pain because all you're doing is pushing that person away from you. If you say that to your friend, you're not a very good friend. I'm going to keep it real with you. And in the same way, you need to give yourself the space to feel those negative emotions, to feel that pain. Give yourself a chance to cry. Give yourself a chance to grieve and to feel that longing for that person. Don't ignore that longing, because when you're longing for somebody else, what that really means deep down is that you're longing for yourself. You want that inner connection. You probably like that person because they remind you of you in some capacity. So just enjoy your own company. It's that simple. Just love yourself right now the way that you are. That's all it takes. Just love yourself And yes, there's going to be ups and downs and bumps and potholes on your healing journey. It's not going to be linear. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. There's going to be times when you thought you've healed, but you realize that you haven't. That's where patience comes in. That's where love comes in. You have to really, truly have an unconditional sense of love for yourself. And that is how you put yourself in the space to actually manifest that person back. But with that being said, you shouldn't do it for them. Don't do it so that you can get them back into your life. Do it for you. Do it for your experience, the way that you feel in your day-to-day life. If you don't love yourself, who will? How can you expect anyone else to love you? First of all, how can you expect to love anyone else if you don't love yourself? You think you love that person, but ask yourself, do you really love that person? Because love, true love, is acceptance, unconditional acceptance. Are you willing to let that person go? That's one of the purest acts of love that there is. To let that person go find something that truly serves them. And if that something ends up being you, then that's cool. But you have to let them work that out on their own. You need to focus on yourself. You don't need to be trying to manipulate them to come back into your life. You don't need to be trying to send subliminal messages out there to make them want you back. Because what is that? That's not love. That's manipulation. That's you taking from somebody else in order to fill your own cup. And that's not healthy. That's not healthy and it's not sustainable. And I can tell you right now that even if you do successfully manifest this person back into your life, the same thing is going to happen. You're just going to lose them again because you're not in the right frame of mind. You're taking from them, but what are you giving to them? You have nothing to give because you're not giving anything to yourself. You have to fill your own cup first so that you have something to give to them. But a lot of people don't understand that. And that's because they're caught in their ego. And like I said, I'm not trying to be condescending. I was there. I remember when I was going through this experience, I was just learning about manifestation and the power of manifestation for the first time. And I thought to myself, oh man, this is so exciting. I can bring this person back into my life. But even if I did, what would have happened? I would have lost them again. And then I'd be back to square one. Except now I'd have two situations to heal from with the same person. I would still be struggling right now. And even just the act of me trying to manifest somebody back into my life, it slowed down my healing process substantially. Because instead of focusing on myself, I placed all of my focus on them. Because the way that the law of attraction works is that you manifest what you place your focus on. So take your power back. Put it within yourself. All of the love that you want to give to them, all of the love that you want to receive from them. Don't ignore those feelings, but learn to fill your own cup. Use those feelings as guides when you're longing for your twin flame or your soulmate or whatever label you've chosen to assign to that person. You have to learn to redirect that longing back to yourself. Understand it for what it truly is at its source. You don't actually want them back. You want more of yourself. You want true love because at the end of the day, we are one. It's one energetic field and they're just a different part of that energetic field, but it's all part of the same source energy. So what do you want? You want a stronger relationship with you. And when you find that love within yourself, what you'll find is that you can get love from anywhere. Love will start to flow your way from all different directions. It doesn't have to come from that person. It doesn't have to come from your SP or your ex or whoever you've assigned all of this extra value to, because you're already filling your own cup. So whether you get back with that person or you find somebody new, you're okay. Whether you choose to stay single or not, you're okay because you love yourself. You're your own rock. You fill your own cup. And when you find yourself in a romantic situation once again, because you will, once you learn to fill your own cup, you're going to manifest love to yourself effortlessly. Once you find yourself in that situation, you'll have something to give. And for me right now, I'm giving that book to you guys. But I wouldn't be able to do that if I was still caught up on trying to manifest this person back, because I would simply reject all of my feelings, all of the feelings that I'm transmuting into my poetry, into my writing. So when you learn to accept who you are and how you feel right now, and you learn to love yourself and give yourself the space to be who you need to be right now, You allow yourself to transcend your pain. You allow yourself to expand your consciousness. And you put yourself in a position to change the world for the better.